What's going on, champs and champions? It's FireMonkey here, and the My Hero Academia x Fortnite collaboration has officially gone live right now when you're watching this video. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about and recapping everything you should know, talking about the collaboration itself, looking at the cosmetics in the item shop, and then, of course, going ahead and just ending the video, right? We have to talk about the simple stuff, and then we bada bing, bada boop, we get in, we get out. Anyways, that was a weird introduction. I do want to start off by talking about the quests that are in the game right now, because there are a lot of free rewards you're actually able to obtain. So starting right now, you can check out some limited time My Hero Academia quests, which will be available for the next week to 2 weeks in order to gain some free rewards, including a free animated emoticon, a free back bling. Of course, those you can see right now, animated emoticon for 4 quests, the back bling for 8 quests, and then of course 2 sprays. So, you know, there's a decent amount of collectibles, 4 items in total, that you'll be able to do by doing some quests in game whenever you get the chance. Now, regarding the week 1 and week 2 challenges, pretty simple stuff, right? You can do these in any battle royale enabled mode, so, you know, like Team Rumble, building enabled battle royale, just, you know, the standard one, or zero build battle royale. You can do these challenges in there and you'll be able to get some XP for them. And of course, you know, there's a little flare text for each of the quests that you can see as I click on them, relating to just, you know, the different strings or whatever, you know, the different lines from the actual anime / manga. Now, I'm also realizing that there isn't really any strings or, you know, special text on this top one up here, but hey, you know, Epic Games does what Epic Games does. And then of course, if you want the specific sprays for the My Hero Academia collaboration, being All Might and Deku, you have to actually go to the Hero Training Gym creative map. Now, if you're curious what this map is, you can most likely click View Experience to see it, but if it doesn't show up here or anything, the island code is this right here, 691777755190. You press enter, and then boom, you have the creative map right there. I'll go ahead and favorite it for myself later, and you'll be able to play it, right? It's going to be allowing you to play with up to 16 players. However, of course, you can go into a private match if you want to try cheesing the challenges with some friends or something like that. So just keep that in mind. This is the map code. This is how you're going to be getting those 2 sprays, and it's nothing really too important in terms of actually doing the other challenges. It's literally just for these 2 down here, which also should help you progress and get some of those My Hero Academia quests done really early. So just keep that in mind. You know, this is an opportunity for you if you want some stuff, and I gotta admit, the cape actually looks pretty decent. So I would say that if you do like the My Hero collaboration, or you just like how capes look in Fortnite, then maybe try doing all these quests, right? Just because, you know, you get some bonus XP on top of it as well, but also you get a pretty cool looking cape. And with that said, the only real other thing I have to mention before we go in game, right, or I guess before we go to the item shop to look at the cosmetics, is that you will be able to find Deku Smash from All Might supply drops and My Hero Academia vending machines right now in game. On top of, you know, the All Might supply drop, we also still have the Winterfest supply drops enabled, so you'll have a lot of supply drops dropping throughout your matches, but there are 2 different ways to actually obtaining this mythic weapon. You can firstly, you know, find it from those drops or buy it from the specific vending machines, which we can actually show you the locations of right here. These 3 locations over here are vending machine spawn spots, and once you try purchasing from those vending machines, it's going to cost you 250 golden bars, assuming they didn't hotfix or change anything before this video comes out. So, you know, it's a pretty decent price. It's pretty much the same price as the Dragon Ball collaboration when we had those vending machines, and it's nice to see Epic Games doing all of this stuff. But with that said, let's go ahead and look at the cosmetics in the item shop. You can see right here we have 3 different bundles for all the cosmetics if you want them, but you could also buy everything individually. So if you want one of the 4 skins, you can grab those. If you want one of the specific emotes or pickaxes, you have those available to you, and it's just overall a pretty decent, healthy chunk of, you know, cool little gimmicks and stuff, or cool little cosmetics from the My Hero Academia world. So I guess to start us off, let's go ahead with All Might themselves here, which has a variant, right? We have the normal All Might skin, which of course, you know, has its own animations and everything. And actually, just to make sure this doesn't look weird, I am going to take off Mr. Beast's back bling so that the skins, you know, the My Hero Academia cosmetics aren't wearing Mr. Beast's back bling. But right now we have the All Might skin. You know, it looks pretty just decent. You know, I gotta admit, I really like it. I think it looks really cool. And of course, it has the whole like flexing and everything going on for it. But we also have the like non-super powered version, I guess non-quirked up, I don't know, this is a weird way of explaining it, version of All Might. Basically, for those who are unaware what happens in My Hero Academia, actually, would that be considered a spoiler? I'm going to play it safe and not spoil what this variant relates to for anyone who's unfamiliar with My Hero Academia, but give it a watch, right? You read the manga, you know, give the anime a watch if you ever have a chance, and you'll be able to fully understand why All Might has this variant. But on top of having that variant, we also have this built-in emote where you can transform between the 2, so you can kind of go like poof into the smoke and, you know, turn into this other version of All Might, or you can flex up, have a nice little laughing soundtrack, or sound effect playing on top of it, and become that buff version of All Might once again. On top of this, we have the Principal Nezu backbling, which is just a pretty cool backbling, and personally, I'm surprised that Epic Games didn't label this as a pet, just because with pets in the past, they always have to have a pet carrier, and this would match that perfectly, right? We haven't had a pet backbling in the longest time, but this one would have fit that category because, you know, it has the little carrier thing, it has the main person on top of it, and honestly, who doesn't want to pet the Principal Nezu, right? I would pet him. I'm just saying, you know, Epic Games, make it a pet, please. Anyways, that is just a pretty cool part of the collaboration. We have this right here, which is the All Smite pickaxe. You can swing it, hear the little sound effects, hopefully, if it gets picked up in the recording. Just a pretty simple pickaxe, and then a emote that can be used on anyone, which is the Symbol of Peace emote, aka All Might's Flex. Now, with the laugh and everything, a lot of people have been speculating or, you know, kind of communicating that this might just be Laugh It Up V2, right? A lot of people have been saying that this is basically just a new toxic emote, but I'll leave that up for you guys to figure out if you want them, if you don't want it, you know, is this the new toxic thing you're going to do after you eliminate anyone? Let me know in the comments down below. And then next up, we have a few other cosmetics here. Oh, okay, that was what popped up in my locker while recording this video. Thank you to whoever gifted me Deku. Anyways, we have 3 different skins in this bundle, 3 different backblings, and a built-in emote. Regarding the actual skins themselves, firstly, we have Bakugo, which is, you know, one of the characters in My Hero Academia. I don't really think I need to explain that. But we have Bakugo with a variant, you know, we have this variant right here, and then we have the hero style variant, which you can see right here, which pretty much is, you know, like just a different type of clothing aesthetic, as you can obviously tell. It's not really so much relating to like the pants or anything, but more so like that top area with like the sleeves and stuff. But it is nice to see that this is a variant, and I'm going to be honest right now, I'm going to say this right away. I think the My Hero Academia collaboration cosmetics are pretty solid all around, right? I think all of them look super good. Next up, we have Ochako, which is, you know, one of the other skins from My Hero Academia. I know I'm terrible at explaining this, but this is one of the other characters, and something about this is that there's no variants or anything, but we do get this unique idle pose when you're in the lobby, where you can just kind of float, right? Because your gravity, or, you know, just having like that whole low gravity effect or whatever is kind of like Ochako's whole entire quirk when it comes to My Hero Academia. And of course, we have none other than Izuku Midoriya, aka Deku. Now, Deku has 2 variants. We have this one right here that you can see, but we also have the full Cal variant, which kind of adds this, you know, unique aesthetic to it. This one actually got leaked before the cosmetics got decrypted because they left one of the actual special files for how the material looks in the non-encrypted version of the game. But I gotta admit, based on the 2 variants, I kind of prefer this one, right? I think it looks pretty cool, and of course, you know, it just kind of, you know, matches like a cool little aesthetic and everything. Now, personally, I would have loved to see a variant where we had this actual like hood up on, you know, Deku, but of course, you know, beggars can't be choosers. Maybe they'll make another Deku skin in the future for another My Hero Academia collaboration or something, but it still looks pretty cool, and I'm excited to rock this skin in game, especially since I got gifted it while recording this video. But of course, there's a built-in emote as well called Izuku's Quirk, where you can switch between the 2 variants just like that whenever you want. So, you know, if you rock this skin, you'll be able just to choose between the 2 mid-match. So if you have a moment when you pick up like Deku's Smash Mythic in the game, and then you want to equip the actual full Cal variant to kind of match the aesthetic, you have that option available to you. Now, regarding the backblings, we have this one right here, which is the All Might collectible, which will actually cheer you on for every single elimination and strike a pose. Now, I haven't seen what the poses are or what the cheering on sound effect is, but it is something to keep in mind as you rock this backbling, right? It's a reactive backbling, so it's going to change over time as you use it. We have the Gravity Booster backbling, which goes with, you know, the Ochako skin. It's a pretty simple one, you know, I like it, right? It's just pretty simple, it's pretty nice, and it matches the whole entire aesthetic of the skin. And then we have the Grenade Backpack backbling for none other than Bakugo. Now, this one is obviously just, you know, a grenade as a backpack, not really much to say there, but it looks pretty clean, and, you know, it matches the aesthetic of all the cosmetics, so I like it, right? You know, I think it looks pretty cool, and I think overall they did a pretty solid job on both of these bundles. And then, of course, the final bundle here is the Class 1A gear bundle. Firstly, we have the Black Whip Axe, which is honestly shocking to see Epic Games put the Black Whip in the game, because this was something relating to Deku, obviously, and it was interesting to see how they decided to choose this for a pickaxe. I think it looks super clean. I think, you know, the aesthetic for like the outline and everything looks super good, so, you know, it's something that I'm excited to see Epic Games put in the game. And then, of course, as you swing it, you have a nice little animation and everything. You have some interesting little hit sounds and whatnot, and it's just a pretty clean pickaxe overall. But of course, we also have the Cluster Buster pickaxe for Bakugo. You can swing it, hear the little sound effects. It's more of like a metal sound. You can also see that you have like a little scope up at the top there and everything. And then of course the Gravity Smasher for Ochako. Now obviously this one has a little bit of that like low gravity floating effect to it just because of Ochako's quirk, but overall it is a pretty decent, you know, cosmetic overall. And I honestly just, the whole entire collaboration I think is pretty solid. So this is something nice to see in the game. And then of course for the final cosmetic that we have to talk about here, we have the Hero Analysis emote. And this one is actually relating to Deku because in the whole entire My Hero Academia thing, Deku's always taking notes, right? They're always analyzing all the heroes and, you know, trying to note down all their quirks and everything. And at least early on, I don't really see this as something that ended up happening like later on, you know, in the further seasons and everything. It kind of like stopped having this little like quirk or gimmick that they did with Deku, but you know, it is something to keep in mind that it's related to, and I think it's pretty cool. Now, if you actually flip over here and look at the side, you can see that there's a drawing of Bakugo on here, meaning that they're kind of analyzing Bakugo in this specific instance, taking their notes and everything regarding the whole entire hero analysis stuff. Overall, though, pretty solid collaboration. I'm excited to rock these cosmetics in game. Gonna be making some presets for them, of course, rocking them every once in a while. And I hope Champs and Champions enjoyed my little review. And I know, I'm probably gonna get flamed in the comments because I probably butchered a name or two. I just woke up like an hour ago. So yeah, anyways, I'm sorry for butchering it. You know, I'm sorry if I upset anyone with how I butchered it. And I will be seeing you Champs and Champions next time with another YouTube video. Peace out.